Welcome. We have a very special Super Tuesday meetup between Coach B and myself today. Obviously, today is such an important, special day, and so we wanted to make sure that we recorded a special message for all of you guys out there to make sure that you get out there and that you vote. I made sure I got out there. Want to make sure that your vote counts. So even after you drop it off in those ballot boxes, go online, check, make sure that everything is counted up into the last moment. The great thing about technology these days is we can record and make sure that every single vote is accounted for, and counts towards this election. I don't remember an election that was so pivotal in the in the country, right? I think it's been so divisive, and I mean, I think I don't even know how to put it. I'm at a weird place this morning. Somewhere between just uh, uh, somewhere between uh, cautiously optimistic, and on the verge of excitement and hoping that the country can turn a new direction and go forward in a new collaborative way, and also just panic stricken, worried that it won't. I think that when I look at the national perspective, and obviously there's so much on the ballot, and we really hope that you guys fill out the ballot in a way that lives into your virtues and your coordinates. But when I look at the national perspective and the two presidential candidates, to me, there's only one candidate that fits in with the race mob ideals of inclusivity, of making sure that everybody feels welcome and has a place at the table. And to me, that's Joe Biden, 100%. Because if I look back at the last 4 years, at the way that the president himself has treated different groups, has created divide amongst our country. I don't remember an election ever that was so divisive that I was worried, that we'd had to put up like barriers and, worried about militant groups and, other things across the country. I don't remember stores boarding up their windows after, ever during an election. And so I think for the first time, I'm very worried. But I think that the only way that we come through the other side is with a very with a very decisive vote, and that comes early, and that comes today, hopefully. I know that there's worry that the election won't be decided for days or even weeks, which is a very real possibility that worries me. That this goes to the court, that there's some time that it takes for the decision to be made. But anyway, maybe I've gone
Yeah,
on
man.
long enough and
No,
ranted
well
long
said.
enough.
I
But
mean, you hit the nail on the head on a couple of points. And really, as you mentioned, community, and inclusion, and feeling that you have a fair chance, and the ability to unite. And do we feel more united than we did 4 years ago? I remember this time 4 years ago, and we all had different feelings. Here we are 4 years later, and are we better off right now? Are we closer as a country? We talked about earlier, when we heard it from pundits on both sides, that we are more divided as a country going back to the days of the Civil War. Now, that is a very sad statement, but I still believe that our best days are in front of us, and that we do have a say in our happiness, and we do have a say in this vote. So I trust that you have voted, and I trust, like myself, I look forward to um, my small voice on how I feel, my own beliefs, and expressing that in the form of voting. The great thing to see is that there's so many um, young voters, first time voters. It's wonderful to see. So, and we'll see what happens, and we'll adjust either way. But yes, I do sense the anxiety. I do sense the nervousness. To hear that gun sales and ammunition sales are at an all-time high during a presidential transition is very unfortunate. But I know that our community and our nation will rally because on how our values were founded. And it's bigger than just one person, it's bigger than just one party. And on both sides, you can find both fault on both sides, but we have a very clear choice. And let's see how things work out. But we will continue to be positive. We will continue to be inclusive. Your voice will always count with us. Always your opinion. We are here to support. We are here to share, to give an open, transparent platform. And I mean, we're putting ourselves out there by stating where we're at. That we're okay with that, and you should be too. Because regardless, we all bleed red. We are all human beings, and on so many fronts. This is why I particularly love fitness. I love the running community specifically because you can have people from both sides that when we're communicating and engaged, that it's not both sides, it's one side. It is a one voice, and we're able to share your opinion and may not always agree. You can respectfully disagree, but as long as you give someone the opportunity to hear their story, to hear their point, that is taking us one step closer to being more united. Because right now we're more divided in many circles, and I trust again that our best days are ahead of us. So, thank you for who's already gone out and voted early, and for those of you that are going to stand in line for, in some cases, hours on end, because you like that tradition of voting on race day, on
Election.
election day, excuse me. And some could say race day as well. So let's stay positive, stay optimistic, and we'll make the best of whatever circumstances do present themselves, as we have had to over the last 4 years and over the course of this year, 2020. So
Well, yeah. Thank you, B. I think you're talking me off the ledge a little bit. So you're right. I mean, I think the American people are resilient,
yep.
are smarter than we oftentimes give people credit for. I think the one positive that's coming out is that people are really taking an interest in politics, something that maybe in years past they haven't as much. And I've seen here in Santa Clara that they think voter turnout will be up above 90%, which is
Wow. That
fantastic,
is
right? I mean, I
wow.
think,
Yeah. Wow.
so yeah, that's what they're predicting. Maybe it's because we're all stuck at home and have to read the news, look at the news, kind of understand what's going on. I think the most important thing that people can do is go out and educate yourself on all of the topics, on all of the candidates, on all of the issues, and make sure that you're taking your information from trusted sources. I can't say it enough. There have been so many agents of disinformation out there, and it's something that maybe as when we were growing up, we didn't have to worry so much about because most of the most of the news outlets had to go through trusted sources, had to go through, and be fact checked and double checked. But we're now living in an age of social media where a lot of disinformation can get out there relatively quickly. And we've seen that in the past. And so just make sure that you are educating yourselves. And that you're going through trusted sources, and even if the information comes out quickly on social media, just make sure that you fact check it, and just be educated. That's all. That's all that we ask. We don't ask that have to. We don't all have to be 100% in alignment or agree on every single topic, or we just hope that everybody out there is properly educated and that we're all basing our opinion off of the right, off of factual information. That's all. So I guess, yeah, yes, very, obviously there's a lot just both on your mind, on my mind. So we didn't do the traditional Monday meetup this week. We will continue with Monday meetup again next week. But we just thought this was such an important topic to get out there, to put our voice out there. And obviously we'll be kind of be nail biters out here, just watching as things unfold. But we just wanted to make sure that we were out there to tell you guys that we're still here. We're still here. We're still here for you. We still want to continue that conversation. Obviously, there's just a lot on everybody's mind right now. So we'll get this information out to you guys. Feel free to comment down below, comment to us, message out to us. And just know that we're always going to be here for you guys, no matter what. So thank you all for tuning in for this kind of unusual conversation, but we thought that it was important to get it out there and just make sure that your voice is heard and that you go out there and you vote today. So if you haven't already. So thank you guys for listening to us rant and rave, and we'll talk to you again really, 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 really soon. Thanks.